I was a performance-based Christian, and we were deeply involved in performance-based Christianity.
In early 2011, Creflo Dollar, the prominent pastor and televangelist known for his teachings on prosperity gospel, made a deeply personal and heartbreaking announcement that stunned the world. The charismatic leader, who had built a massive following through his ministry, World Changers Church International, revealed that he had been diagnosed with a severe form of prostate cancer. This diagnosis not only marked a significant turning point in his life, but also served as a powerful reminder of the vulnerability that even the most influential figures can face. Dollar's announcement resonated with millions of his supporters, offering them a glimpse into the struggles of a man they had long admired for his unwavering faith and leadership. Early life and education. Creflo Augustus Dollar Jr. was born on January 28, 1962, in College Park, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta, to a family that deeply valued faith, prayer, and spiritual dedication. Growing up, Dollar was introduced to Christianity early on, as his parents raised him in a devout Christian household. His parents instilled in him the importance of prayer, devotion, and a life that would always be guided by spiritual principles. These values became the foundation of Dollar's worldview, influencing every decision he would make later in life. Despite his parents' focus on spiritual teachings, Creflo Dollar also experienced the challenges that came with being raised in the backdrop of a society that often struggled with inequality. College Park, Georgia, during the early 1960s, was a community steeped in the challenges of the civil rights movement, poverty, and economic disparity. These challenges, however, did not deter young Creflo. Instead, they gave him a sense of urgency to succeed and serve, both for himself and for those in his community. Educational pursuits. Dollar attended primary and secondary school in College Park, where he performed well academically. His parents' emphasis on education and discipline paved the way for his academic success. After graduating from high school, Dollar continued his education at West Georgia College, now the University of West Georgia, where he earned a bachelor's degree in education. This choice of field revealed his passion for teaching, guiding others, and finding ways to communicate important ideas. While pursuing his degree, Dollar had a deep internal calling to serve a higher purpose. His education in the field of teaching provided him with useful skills such as communication and leadership. But Dollar began to feel a profound sense of responsibility to serve others, not just through education, but through a ministry that could lead people to spiritual and personal empowerment. Shift to ministry. In the mid-1980s, after completing his education, Dollar made a pivotal decision to transition from education to ministry. His calling to spread the message of the gospel became undeniable, and he chose to follow this path, dedicating himself to preaching the message of faith, hope, and financial empowerment. His new spiritual direction was influenced not only by his faith, but also by his observations of the struggles in his community, particularly among those facing financial hardships and spiritual confusion. At the time, the prosperity gospel movement was gaining traction within the evangelical world, and Dollar found resonance with its teachings. This movement, which emphasizes that faith, positive speech, and financial contributions to religious causes lead to material wealth and physical well-being, was not without its controversy. Dollar's decision to embrace this theology would become central to his ministry's growth and impact. Founding World Changers Ministries. In 1986, Dollar took a major step in his journey by founding World Changers Ministries Christian Center, a church in College Park, Georgia, with the goal of empowering people spiritually and financially. The church's first service was held in the cafeteria of a local elementary school, with only 8 attendees. Despite the humble beginnings, Dollar's vision was clear and unwavering. His goal was not only to build a large congregation, but also to create a community where individuals could find spiritual fulfillment while achieving tangible personal success. Dollar's emphasis on faith-based prosperity began to take shape through his sermons. His dynamic and charismatic preaching style attracted many individuals who sought to improve their lives spiritually and materially. Through his teaching on financial stewardship, the power of positive thinking, and the practical application of biblical principles in everyday life, Dollar made an impact on those eager to improve their circumstances. Growth of the ministry Dollar's church, World Changers Ministries, rapidly grew from a small gathering of 8 people to a congregation of thousands. The increase in membership was not only due to Dollar's compelling teachings, but also because his focus on tangible, practical steps toward prosperity and success resonated deeply with many people. His message was not abstract. It was about using faith to improve your life in concrete ways. By 1995, World Changers Ministries moved to a new sanctuary in College Park, Georgia, the World Dome. The construction of this massive facility, which cost $20 million, marked a significant milestone in the church's growth and reflected the financial strength and loyalty of its members. The World Dome could seat 8,500 people, accommodating a rapidly growing congregation. The church had gone from meeting in a small school cafeteria to establishing one of the largest megachurches in the country. Dollar's emphasis on prosperity gospel was evident in this new phase of the ministry. His message was that believers could achieve financial success and personal well-being through faith, positive confessions, and giving generously to the church. This approach to ministry and the large scale of the church's facilities reflected the centrality of wealth in Dollar's theology. Media presence and global reach. With the growth of his congregation and the establishment of the World Dome, Dollar's influence began to extend beyond the church's physical location. His television program, Changing Your World, became a cornerstone of his ministry. Broadcasted internationally, the program allowed Dollar to reach millions of viewers each week with his message of prosperity, financial empowerment, and personal development. In addition to his television ministry, Dollar published several books that further elaborated on his teachings. Titles such as 8 Steps to Create the Life You Want, The Anatomy of a Successful Life, Total Life Prosperity, and 14 Practical Steps to Receiving God's Full Blessing resonated with readers who were eager to transform their financial situations and achieve success. Dollar's books were seen as practical guides to achieving a more prosperous and fulfilled life through the application of biblical principles. Dollar's ability to connect with his audience through both his personal charisma and his media presence helped solidify his place as a leading figure in the prosperity gospel movement. As his reach expanded, so too did his influence within the Christian community. Dollar's church grew internationally, with several satellite campuses established across the United States and even in other countries, such as London. His ministry became a global enterprise, reaching individuals from all walks of life who sought to apply the principles of prosperity in their lives. Controversies and criticism. Despite his success, Creflo Dollar's ministry has not been without controversy. In 2012, Dollar found himself in the midst of a legal and public relations crisis after an altercation with his teenage daughter. The incident, which involved accusations of domestic violence, garnered widespread media attention. Dollar was arrested and charged with simple battery and cruelty to children, both misdemeanors. The allegations sent shockwaves through both his congregation and the broader Christian community. Dollar vehemently denied the accusations, claiming that the incident was exaggerated and that he had not assaulted his daughter. He addressed the matter publicly during a Sunday service at World Changers Church, stating that the charges against him were untrue. Some followers stood by him, emphasizing the importance of forgiveness, while others questioned the integrity of a leader who preached about Christian values yet was accused of violent behavior. This incident served as a critical moment in Dollar's ministry. It raised questions about the authenticity of his public persona and the teachings of the prosperity gospel. Critics of the movement pointed to the allegations as further evidence of the moral and ethical contradictions they believed existed within the prosperity gospel framework. Supporters, on the other hand, defended Dollar, arguing that he should be forgiven and that no one was beyond reproach. Jet controversy. In 2015, Dollar was once again embroiled in controversy when he launched a fundraising campaign to purchase a Gulfstream G600 private jet for his ministry. The proposed $65 million purchase raised eyebrows and drew widespread criticism. Critics, particularly from outside the church, argued that it was excessive for a preacher to request such a large sum of money for a private jet. They also pointed out the contradictions between Dollar's message of financial prosperity for his followers and his own luxurious lifestyle, which included multiple high-end properties, Rolls-Royce cars, and private jet travel. The controversy surrounding the jet campaign sparked debates about the ethics of prosperity gospel teachings. Many felt that it represented the commercialization of religion, with Dollar and other prosperity gospel preachers using their followers' donations for personal gain. Despite the backlash, Dollar defended the jet as a necessary tool for his ministry's global outreach, claiming that the plane would allow him to travel to remote locations for missionary work and humanitarian missions. In response to the negative attention, Dollar eventually suspended the fundraising effort, and the campaign was removed from his ministry's website. While the controversy eventually faded, it left a lasting impact on how the prosperity gospel movement was perceived by both supporters and critics. Health battle and spiritual test. In 2011, Dollar faced a personal and spiritual challenge when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. For many, his struggle with the disease became an opportunity to see the application of his teachings on faith and healing in real life. Dollar often spoke about his belief in the healing power of God and how he relied on his faith to get through the battle. He used his experience with cancer to emphasize the importance of trusting in God, even in the face of illness and adversity. Dollar's openness about his health struggle resonated with many of his followers, who saw him as a leader who walked the talk. He continued to preach about the power of faith while undergoing medical treatment, showing that he was not only relying on spiritual healing, but also taking practical steps to address his health. His health battle became a testament to the power of faith and prayer, and Dollar's resilience further endeared him to his supporters. Legacy of prosperity gospel. Creflo Dollar's teachings have had a profound impact on the prosperity gospel movement and on modern Christianity as a whole. While many critics argue that his teachings focus too heavily on material wealth and success, his supporters view him as a champion of personal empowerment and faith-based financial success. Dollar's ministry continues to thrive, and he remains a polarizing figure in the Christian community. Despite the controversies surrounding him, Dollar's ability to weather public criticism and maintain a loyal following speaks to the deep connection he has with his congregation. For many, his message of financial empowerment, positive thinking, and spiritual growth remains an attractive vision of what Christianity can offer in the modern world. Theological debate. At the heart of the controversy surrounding Creflo Dollar and other prosperity gospel preachers lies a theological debate about the role of wealth in Christianity. Critics argue that prosperity gospel teachings distort the message of the Bible, placing undue emphasis on material success rather than spiritual growth, humility, and service to others. This critique has led to a broader conversation about the authenticity of the Christian message and the tension between spirituality and materialism. However, for many followers, Dollar's teachings offer a refreshing perspective on how Christianity can be applied to real-life struggles, particularly in areas like finances, health, and personal development. Dollar's ministry continues to attract a large, devoted following, with many people believing that his teachings offer practical solutions to their financial and personal challenges. Conclusion: Creflo Dollar's journey as a pastor, televangelist, and founder of World Changers Church International has been marked by both tremendous success and significant challenges. Despite controversies related to his lifestyle, legal troubles, and teachings, Dollar remains one of the most prominent figures in the prosperity gospel movement. His ability to adapt to criticism, maintain a loyal following, and continue expanding his ministry worldwide speaks to his resilience and determination as a leader in contemporary Christianity. Whether viewed as a visionary leader or a controversial figure, Creflo Dollar's impact on modern Christianity cannot be denied. His teachings on faith, prosperity, and personal empowerment have shaped the lives of millions and continue to fuel debates about the role of wealth and success in the Christian faith. As his ministry grows and evolves, Dollar's legacy will undoubtedly be a topic of continued discussion within the broader Christian community.